everyone, welcome back to Paper Therapy with Amy. I wanted to show you on my iPad here, if I can get it the right way, I just wanted to show you a few sales that are happening at Stampin' Up. So here, anything that is a current product that has in colors is often, most of it is reduced by 15%. So we have this paper pack here, this one here, and there's more. And then this paper pack here has been reduced to, I believe, $6. I'm just scrolling down to find it. Let's see if I can find it on here. There it is. It's reduced to $6.80 on the last chance products. Totally worth picking up. Another paper pack worth picking up is this one here. This one is also on last chance. So there's a lot of great deals on here right now. So I am going to be using some papers for scrapbooking. Some is on sale and some is not. Recently I picked up this paper pack and it was on sale. Unfortunately, it is sold out now, but you may have it in your stash, and otherwise you can use something different as well. So I'm going to show you my pictures. This is a road trip that my husband and I took on the way home from a holiday we just took. We were coming home on July 1st, which is Canada Day, and we were traveling through some beautiful parts of Canada. Through the mountains, we went on the Icefields Parkway, I believe, and it connects the parks of Banff and Jasper together, and it's absolutely beautiful. We don't drive the whole thing because we cut off towards our home halfway through it. Just before we enter Jasper National Park, we turn to the east and head home. But it's a beautiful drive, and I wanted to document these photos and the day that we spent together that beautiful Canada Day. So I think I know how I want to lay this, these photos out. And I think what I'm going to do is I want this one on this side because the car is kind of coming this way, the truck. So this is just a picture I took in the rearview mirror as we were driving. So I kind of want that one there. And then I want the other two large photos that I have on this side here. And then these were on the last stretch before home, so I kind of wanted to keep them over on this side, possibly like that, maybe like this one here, like this. So I think I'll match them up kind of so they're in a grouping together. And then here, I think I'll put this one here. They're also kind of in a grouping. I noticed that these two are totally different sizes, so I'm going to switch these around. That happens sometimes when I adjust my margins. But now you can't tell, so that's perfect. So something like that. And then one thing I like to do is sort of fake a frame style layout. And there's a few different options I have to put in behind here. This Kinsugi paper is currently on sale, and it would be beautiful on here. I think that this bluey color in the background would be great. So let's say I would put this one here. Something like that. And then I'm thinking about a title kind of in between here and kind of dragging your eye across the page with that title. Something like that. And then what I like to do is this way you only have to use one sheet of whatever pattern you're using in the background. And then I like to dupe a frame style layout by adding side pieces that are dented in. So like this. So you see the frame coming here, and then you'd see more of it here. And I find that that gives the illusion of a frame style layout, but you're not required to use two huge pieces of paper because then you double up. You have the background paper, whatever your frame is, and then you have the other paper too. And you can gut them out, but this way is great because it kind of pretends that there is a whole sheet in behind here, but there really isn't. And that way you can preserve pieces of each type of paper for your next layout rather than using up all of one kind. So yeah, that's one option. Another option I have, both of these options were Misty Moonlight. Another option, if you're doing more of an oceany vibe, you could definitely use one of these, like let's say this one here. I do have some teal blue water in some of these pictures, so I could do this, but I think I'm going to go with the wood grain. But I love this as well. Very pretty. This combination looks really good. So that gives you a few ideas. And another thing you could do with the wood grain is the wood grain paper pack also comes with a sheet of blue paper. Let's see if I can find one in here. There we go. You could put this one in behind here as well, either this way or this way, which also looks awesome. So there's just so many options that I could use, but I think I'm gonna go with this splatter paper here. I really like this one. And then I think I'm gonna go with the wood grain as well. As I'm fiddling around with this, I'm finding I really like it the opposite way I had it, because I like how the Misty Moonlight is framing out the cluster of photos or grid of photos that I have on the right hand side. And so I am going to shift it over to the other side. So it's just a mirror image of how I was doing it before. I had been looking for one of these tear guide rulers for a while. This one is Creative Memories and I picked it up at a garage sale. You absolutely do not need this to tear paper, but I love it. It's way quicker for me. Once I complete a tear on each side, I am going eventually to decide where to cut this paper so that I can have the part of the paper on the one side of the layout and part of the paper on the other side of the layout. Here I trimmed 3/4 of an inch off the bottom of the wood grain paper, and then I trimmed it up. I'm not sure the exact measurement, but just enough that it would tuck in behind that torn edge. I'm going to use this sheet of golden greenery paper for both embellishments and for another little bit of green that's going to peek out from behind the Misty Moonlight paper. I'm not going to make you watch all of that tearing. I am just going to tear 2 more pieces, small pieces that I can tuck in behind. All right, I got the very simple background finished. And so now I want to add my embellishments, and I have some titles and some things right here. So I have Let's Go on a Road Trip. I have that popped up on some dimensional stuff, and then I have this one too. I might want to put dimensional on it too. Okay, I think I'm going to put that one there, and then I want to have something up here, kind of up across, maybe the whole top, not sure. So I'm going to start with these guys. I'll probably just take them out of here. It's a little easier for me to. And then because it's Canada Day, I'm toying with the idea of adding a little red. So I do have these maple leaves, and I'm going to see what I think, because I may hate it and I may like it. So I like it on that background, and I'm thinking if I put green in behind, I probably, yeah, I don't like that as much because it looks like too Christmassy to me. A little bit's okay. So I'm wondering if I could use this and then this. I kind of want it to go over, and there's the Alberta sign, the Welcome to Alberta sign right there. My husband and I had spent a few days in southern British Columbia with friends of ours. We stayed in an Airbnb, and this was the drive home. We decided to take a different route than they did, and we went home over, as I said to you before, the Parkway Highway, and we just had a really nice drive, and we stopped about 2 hours from home at the Miners Cafe, where we had pie and ice cream, and it was wonderful. I find these are really iconic Canadian photos of our Canadian Rockies for Canada Day, so I really wanted to make a layout just of our celebration of Canada Day. but I really also didn't want to make a red and white layout like our flag. So I was trying to think of a way where I could use these complementing colors that look so good with outdoor layouts, the blues and the greens, but I could also add a little bit of the Canada Day celebration in here. And I think I found a good way. I did not have red. I only cut out 2 little maple leaves, so I didn't have any red for my top cluster that's going above this photo grid. So I decided to stamp out Canada Day on some little flags that I cut. I have dies that I could cut these out from. And I've got them on some twine here. And I just think that they're going to look really cute swooping across the top of the layout. I had to cut a lot of video out here because my head was in the way for most of this process. I probably should have brought it down, the layout down a little bit so that I could work on it without leaning my head right over top. But this is how it kind of turned out with a bunch of greenery and then my little Canada Day banner swooping down. And I'm just going to pull those strings around to the back and glue them or tape them down. I did do a little bit of rearranging of embellishment clusters simply because I decided to take the one sprig that was the brighter green, I believe it was the garden green sprig, out of the embellishment clusters. I liked it a little bit simpler. Apparently I didn't like it too simple though, because I did add in some of these gold mesh leaves. They're a little more see-through and subtle, but I thought it was a nice complement to the little bits of gold foiling that's in these leaf designs that I have in the embellishment clusters already. I also added a few of these gold gems here and there, or little dots. They are from my stash. They are no longer available, but there's lots of little gold options in the Stampin' Up on the website and in the catalog. And that is kind of the finishing touch of the layout. I may or may not add some journaling. If I want to, I can easily tuck some down on the right-hand side there on that teal wood grain paper. I would just add some strip journaling. I don't need to say very much because it was just a drive home on Canada Day. Off camera, I also did add a few little loops of that rope or that twine. I wanted to bring it into the other embellishment clusters because it was holding up the flags. And this is the finished layout. I really hope you enjoyed watching this layout come together, and I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. If you loved this outdoorsy layout, then click the one that's going to come up on your screen right now. Bye!